Hi everyone, this is Cody Smith. Welcome to my channel, Cody Smith, Peer Support with Christ. I just want to let everyone know that I'm here to address some things that I've seen in some of the comments on some of my videos. And what I mean is, I want to look at, we have a dictionary definition, both legally and medically, of what a disability is. But how would we know that without a standard of human ability, you know, completely healthy human ability? And, it's just like the philosopher C.S. Lewis says, how could I call something evil without having a standard of good? Or how could I call a line crooked without having some notion of what a straight line is? And in order for us to have those concepts and know what they are, we would need like some intelligent pre-existing mind that also has the authority and the choice to create these concepts and decide what they are and give them to us so that we have something to go by in order to determine these things, which means we would have to start out perfectly healthy and then something catastrophic happened to us, such as, the initial introduction of the law of entropy through sin and, you know, the curse on the world where everything breaks down, as mentioned in Genesis chapter 3, in order for us to know, okay, we were healthy, now we're not. And things like disabilities and injuries and diseases such as cancer can happen, and being able to know the difference between those are unhealthy versus this is what is truly healthy. And that's what I'm trying to get at with a lot of my videos. And I don't mean to single anyone out or start an argument. I'm just trying to say that this is how disability serves as evidence for God and the God of the Bible, because if we had rules placed upon us, such as we live in paradise, we have everything we need, and we're perfectly healthy, then we disobey those rules, we have to suffer the consequences, because it's just like in modern times, if you disobey your parents, you suffer the consequences that they've imposed. And if we have an intelligent father who gave us our DNA sequence, made us human, and distinguished us from all other creatures on the face of the earth, then if he told us, you can live here and you have everything you need, just don't do this one thing, and then we do it, and he's imposed a consequence, then if we do what he told us not to, we suffer that consequence. And since we continue to do what he asks us not to, then that means we're suffering the consequences. And that is why things such as disabilities are able to happen to people like me, even though my disability is not personally my fault. And that's how I feel that disability points to the existence of God and also points to the truth of Christianity, because in order for things like sin to be taken care of, then someone who has never sinned would have to suffer the ultimate punishment for it, which is death. And if there is a God who created us in his image, and he's the only one who has never sinned, then he would have to come down to earth, live as a human being, and then die the death that we deserve, the most gruesome, excruciating death known to man, which at that time would be crucifixion. And if he did that and then rose again from the dead, which, if you go look and you look at it, there are many historians who back up that Jesus did at least exist, and it is reported that he performed miracles from like Jewish historians like Josephus, Roman historians like Tacitus, Pliny the Younger, and things like that. And these are non believers who are at least reporting the facts that they know and what they've heard from previous sources that, yeah, at least these things are reported to have happened. Maybe they don't exactly believe it, but they can know that he existed and what he taught. And it matches up with the Bible. And even the, Pharisees in the Bible claim, let the, just say that you were asleep and the disciples stole the body, yet even after 2,000 years, no body has been found. And that would have been the only thing you would need to disprove Christianity is the body of Christ, and it would have been easy to find because his tomb was marked and sealed and guarded. So you would just have to look for that one tomb that was sealed and under guard, and then look inside. And if a body was there, then it would have been automatically disproven. But since they couldn't find a body, obviously there was none there. So there has to be some explanation as to why it wasn't there, whether it was the resurrection or something else. So I that's why I really do think that disability points to the existence of God and truth of Christianity. I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I'm just saying this is what I've learned over the years, and I hope people will take the time to at least hear me out and engage in dialogue with me if they want to. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.